issue and shut up like she should. They've, you know, just in time for the election, they've wheeled out their one lesbian MP to say that she's cool with a homophobic marriage ban. Like, really? That traitor, she doesn't speak for us. We do want full equality, of course we do. And we want that equality not just for gays and lesbians, but for our trans and intersex brothers and sisters. Some of whom are here today. Yeah. Yeah, everyone knows what I'm talking about. Those brothers and sisters of ours, they face particularly horrific violations of their human rights today. So I think it's important to give a shout out to them. But what I find really shameful though is that our politicians know what homophobia does to people. All of those horrible things that we know about, you know, the alarming rates of self-harm, mental illness and suicide, our politicians are aware of this. They know what goes on. They know what homophobia does to people, and yet they refuse to take a clear stand against it. Like just this week, I don't know if any of you heard, it's been in the news, somebody actually went on a gay bashing rampage down Oxford Street, karate kicking 6 people. I'm serious. 2 of them were seriously hospitalised. One of them, a lot of us knew, Simon Margan, a gay rights activist who was prevented from being here today because of how serious his injuries are. Like, this is what homophobia does to people. This is what our politicians are responsible for when they stand up there and say that gays and lesbians are not the same as everybody else. Yeah, so Labor and Liberal, they've been completely happy to legitimise this kind of homophobia by institutionalising discrimination. I think that there's a really clear correlation between fighting against the kind of homophobia that we have to experience on a day-to-day basis and the demand for same-sex marriage rights. How on earth can they expect people to see gays and lesbians and our other, you know, gender and sexual non-conformist brothers and sisters? How can we be seen as equal when the government itself doesn't treat us as equal? It's really odd, you know, in Abbott's case, you know, he just comes straight out and says it, that he's threatened by gay people. Shame. And really, yeah, it is disgraceful that these politicians have the nerve to put their own political agenda above showing some compassion with the lives of innocent people who have to suffer discrimination.
Hear, hear.
Anyway, I'm speaking for the campaign today, so I wanted to give a bit of a message to you all about the importance of fighting. I'm really, really pleased to see so many people out here today. I heard an estimate of 1,000 people here. It looks like more to me, I don't know, but let's make our voices really loud on the street and have our voices heard all the way to Parliament. But I think that it's really important to realise that the fight is going to have to continue after this election. Whoever wins the election, let's face it, it's going to be Labor or Liberal. By the party, we're going to be living under a party of homophobia. A party who refuses to take a lead in granting equality to us. So the fight is going to have to continue no matter who wins. I mean, it is really a scary as hell thought that the Liberal Party, as crazy as they are, looks like they actually have something of a chance of winning this election. I think that's absolutely awful. But the need to fight never went away under Labor. And if we end up with a Liberal government, we're just going to have to continue that same fight. Things have been won under Conservative governments before, and we can win them again if we are determined to continue this fight. Yeah, I think it really is important to realise the effect of these kinds of demonstrations of public support. I mean, really, the issue of same-sex marriage, think about it. It would never even be on the agenda if it wasn't for the inspiring struggles of gay liberation decades ago, and the determination of LGBTI people to assert their place in society ever since. It's due to these kinds of struggles that we can even talk about full equality today, so I think it's really important to remember that. We're just about to embark on a march. I'm the last speaker here at Town Hall. We're about to follow literally in the footsteps of those brave gays and lesbians before us who started gay liberation in Australia with the first gay and lesbian Mardi Gras in 1978. The first Mardi Gras began as a political protest of 2,000 people marching down the street from Town Hall to Taylor Square, as we're about to do today, demanding the repeal of laws against gay sex. So, so anyway, I'm going to wrap up because let's go do that. I really want to go and, do as they did and continue their fight until we get full equality. The message that I really want to give to you is that, whoever wins this election, we need to commit now, whether we're really living under Labor or Liberal.